Why, hello, YouTube. Welcome back. This is BalorMage again, bringing you our League Start Poison SRS guide. Now, I am still super excited about this one. Many of you either played it or heard about it last league. I'd like to put all concerns about it getting like nerfed to rest. TLDR on the nerfs that happened real quick is that our super budget poison version went from like 9 million DPS to like 8.2 million DPS, and the high budget version still poison capped, absolutely irrelevant. These changes are nothing, and that's without taking into account any of the new stuff we've been given. So the new stuff is probably going to make up at least a little bit of damage, probably going to be better overall than it was before, and it is absolutely league started. Now, I'm very excited about this one because it's been a long time since I've league started minions, and in my opinion, this is going to be the absolute number one minion build of the league. This is it. This is the number one minion build last league. Nothing changed, so it's going to be the number one minion build this league. So, Poison SRS. Basically, the idea behind this is that we use the United in Dream to give us a level 25 Envy, and a Covenant to give us a level 29 added Chaos, and we end up with SRS that just doesn't deal fire damage, it just deals Chaos damage. Mix that with 100% poison chance, becomes just an unstoppable beast. Because it does so much damage, we're able to invest so much into defenses that we become absolute tanks in the end game as well. So you can see the footage of how it plays in the background. It plays pretty much like every single other SRS build. It just does way more damage. And as a result of how much more damage it does, we can build it far more tanky. We get block cap, we get spell block cap, we get a bunch of armor, we get recovery on block, and in super high budgets, we also get suppression. But we won't be covering super high budget today because of the changes that have happened. We'll be doing entry level, league start, into poison change with this video. And then a few days into the league, or maybe up to a week into the league, when I've changed into the super high budget versions and experienced the changes, we'll put out a second video on like where to go with it if you want to min max into it, which a lot of people will because it's super fun. So let's jump into our new path of building. All right, so we have prepared a path of building with a little bit of help from Ghazzy to neaten it all up. It is worth noting this entire build guide, the exact same build guide, my Poison SRS, will be covered in written form from Ghazzy. We did that together. That's a little bit of a collaborative effort, so there'll be a link to the written guide underneath this video. I find that it's probably helpful to watch this video guide and then, now that you know what's going on, have the written one open to be able to follow like individual parts of it as you're moving along. That's my favorite way. So league start, it is important to note that we do not get to start poison. We absolutely do not get to start poison. It has some requirements that it absolutely must have. United in Dream being one of them, probably the most important one. Also maxing out our poison chance. Now that can't be done to begin with. So to begin with, we have to go with day one, regular hit SRS. So the way the entire leveling trees and leveling gear sets and leveling links are set up are all just how to level as regular SRS. So we have auras, links, utility skills, movements, acts 1 to 3, and then 4 to 10. Basically nothing changes there. So we've got all of those set up. We have the end game non-poison, which is, this is how you're going to start maps. We've got all the links here, all of how this is done as non-poison. And it is worth noting that as non-poison, before we go poison, we still managed to get ourselves 3.5 million DPS and a relatively decent amount of tank. It is not squishy and still doing 3.5 million DPS. Now, that's not a huge amount, but that is enough to comfortably be running around your tier 16s. It's enough to very comfortably get both of your first 2 Watchstones if you're a Papega player, and if you're halfway okay, you'll be able to get your own 2 other ones before you even go poison. So it's enough damage to get us by, but it isn't super special. It becomes super special when we go poison. So if we change our links over to poison and our tree over to poison, nope, not that tree. Links to poison, gear to poison. There we go. We start with 8.4 million DPS, and that is in the absolute minimum amount of gear. Like, this is literally all we've done is get the United in Dream and just get poison cap. And that's it. Get poison cap on our minions. So we get 60% from the weapon. That did not get taken away from the upgraded weapon. That only got taken away from the unupgraded weapon. So the upgraded weapon still has 60%, which is great because that's what we used anyway. So there's 60, and we get the rest of it from ghastly jewels. We get a little bit of chance to poison in different places. I don't know where they all are right now. I don't know where they all are right now, but basically we're looking for minions have chance to poison just to fill up that extra 40%. Right? We got 60 from the weapon. We only need 40% total from the jewels. Alternatively, super early, if you don't have jewels yet, you can use chance to poison in the links. You can just replace a damage link with chance to poison, and that will work. For anyone who did it last time, I did have the Dendrobate as my chest last time. And the reason I did that was because it was 3 chaos for a 5 link, and that was slightly better than having a tabular on or just a generic 6 link that I just picked up an essence or something like that. But it quickly became not 3 chaos and quickly became like a divine and then low into 150 chaos. It's an absolute trash chest. This was a 3 chaos option. Nothing applies on this chest except that it comes with chance to poison and a little bit of energy shield and all res. But you can just very easily pick up any 6 link, and just, this is irrelevant. You can use a tabular. This was absolutely a bait. I apologize for that last time. If you got suckered into that, I apologize. I won't include something like that again, but I didn't realize so many people would get caught on that. That's my fault. So yeah, we've got that. This has been an incredibly smooth leveling experience. I've done this maybe 15 times now. What happens is it's just a little bit slower than the super speed builds. Like if you're leveling Toxic Rain, or if you're leveling Lightning Arrow, or like one of the speed builds, it's not quite that quick. But for me, it was still a very comfortable 6 hours to maps, which is still perfectly reasonable. We covered the entire leveling process. I am pretty excited to league start this, to be honest. It's going to be very strong. It's able to do all content in the game. You can map reasonably well. You can boss quite well. You can uber boss quite well. You can do everything. You can do everything with this build. It is the ultimate all-rounder and my absolute favorite minion build, at least that still exists now. Rip Syndicate Operatives. So yeah, that is the guide. It is going to be fantastic. I'm going to be league starting it. There will be update videos. So if you're after the update videos and the super high budget version, do remember to hit the subscribe button, ring the little notification bell so that you get an announcement when the update videos go live. And if you need reminders of any little particular parts, do remember to just open up and check out the written guide that Ghazzy did for the exact same build, same path of building. We worked this together. This is a nice collaborative guide. So, and I will see everybody later. Goodbye.